You're in the cinema, about to watch yet another sequel to a forgotten franchise nobody asked for. You're getting popcorn and a drink to drown out your Jared Leto-induced sorrow with a sugar rush. You pay and they hand you a cup. Then you see it, glowing red and chrome, the CocaCola Freestyle Fountain. Here, you can choose between over 100 different flavors. Cherry Vanilla Coke, Peach Sprite, maybe you'll go crazy and mix Fanta with Power.
I ain't gonna lie, when I used to pull up wherever they had the machines at, them Coca-Cola machines at, nigga, I used to put the lemonade, Minute Maid, the Powerade, nigga, I used to just mix my shit in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to just mix my shit. I'm telling y'all, especially at the movies and shit.
Or maybe you just pick a classic. But this machine is way more than just a soda fountain. It's not just serving you a drink, it tracks everything you do. And while you're picking your favorite flavor, it's quietly collecting data. Data that turns customers into test subjects. Data that Coke will profit from tremendously. The Coca-Cola company is said to have invested more than $1 billion in this machine. But they're very likely turning its
Shit, let me own some of that. Like, let me take part of that, bro. Like, I need that. $1 billion? Like, come on, bro.
Capabilities into much, much bigger savings and profits. Today, we're diving into how a drink dispenser became a global lab, and what role you play in all of this. The Coca-Cola Company is one of the biggest beverage producers on the planet. The conglomerate controls almost half of the global soda market, making billions in revenue every year. And one important way they sold their many drinks has long been soda fountains. In the olden days, ordering a soft drink would work like this. You'd walk up to the counter, place your order.
And nigga, they had to sit up here and fill the drinks for you and shit. Now they done made it to where, okay, you can get your own drink. Here you go. Here go the cup. You know what I'm saying? Everything you paid for. Thank you for your service. What the what? This and that and the third. And you go on about your day. I'm telling y'all, listen to your boy. It was different back then and shit. Compared to customer service now, like that shit, man.
And someone would pour your drink into a cup. Then self-service fountains arrived. Now you can fill your own cup at your own discretion. When you were a kid, this fountain was everything. You could mix yourself something truly undrinkable. However, in 2006, Coca-Cola and other beverage makers noticed something worrying. For the first time since 1985, the sales volume of carbonated beverages had declined. People started to focus more on their health and well-being. They were increasingly looking for sugar-free drinks and low-calorie.
So what you gotta do as a company like that? What you gotta do? You gotta think outside the box, okay? They love the healthy drinks, you know what I'm saying? The carbonated drinks, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know what I'm saying? The healthy, waterless drink, the flavored drinks. I'm all over the place. The flavored drinks and shit. That's carbonated. But yeah, man, you gotta think outside the box, bro. See what's gonna work and see what's not. See what's gonna fail and see what's gonna be a success. And take that success and you gotta like push it further, bro. You gotta branch out. Keep the main with you, cause you can't just have one thing, bro. You can't just have one thing, bro. You gotta expand. I'm keeping the main with you.
Options. But Coke's fountains just weren't ready for that. At that time, only about 1% of all Coke fountains in the US even offered Diet Coke. Meanwhile, the choice of sodas at convenience stores had increased dramatically. Rows and rows packed with hundreds of bottles and cans. But Coke fountains were stuck with the same limited run-up of kind of boring standard flavors. So they had to come up with an idea that would change everything.
Like, how can we grab the consumer's attention? How can we get them to buy our product? And that's what you gotta think of, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of look at other businesses and kind of get an idea from it. But turn up in your way. Keep the million with you. Okay, that ain't gonna work. But I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all.
Everything. The freestyle fountain's design is interesting. The red, the chrome, the sculpted lines. It kind of looks like it wants to become a Ferrari when it grows up. And that's not a coincidence. It was developed with Pininfarina, the legendary Italian design house that shaped the curves of Ferrari itself. You slide your cup under the dispenser. Now comes the fun part. You see dozens of bubbles on the screen in front of you. Each bubble is labeled with a different drink. Mezzo Mix, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Lift, Fused Tea, and Kinley. In total, you could choose over 100 drinks. Back when you were a kid, this would have been impossible. Restaurants used massive 19-liter syrup canisters for every single drink option. Nowadays, all these flavors fit into just about 30 tiny cartridges. The cartridge design is inspired by medical tech, where precise dosing is critical. Just as insulin pumps deliver exact amounts of medication almost drop by drop, the Freestyle system carefully meters syrup and carbonated water for each pour. In theory, every pour is perfectly measured, drop by drop, turning your drink into a precise masterpiece. The Coke from a Freestyle fountain actually tends to taste a little different from the one you buy in the supermarket, in contrast to the old canister system.
And that's how you get the success and shit. I gotta get me a new keyboard, bro. It's a delay in this shit, bro. But that's how you get the win, bro.
That pre-mixed syrup and sweetener. Freestyle keeps flavors, sweeteners, and carbonated water separate. Now, when you press the button, the flavor, sugar, and carbonated water are combined on demand. This can make your Coke taste slightly different from other preparations. Staring at the bubbly screen, curiosity kicks in. You came in for your usual, but you gotta admit, some options here are tempting. You tap the Powerade bubble, and suddenly a whole lineup appears. Powerade Raspberry, Powerade Lemon, Powerade Strawberry. So many choices. Which one to pick? You even mix a drink that doesn't exist before. You could create your own secret flavor. And won't that make you special? The free...
Cause you can't make it about a self thing. You gotta make it about, okay, like how can I keep the consumers to keep buying this product? How can I get them to keep fucking with different things? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you, like I said, you can't just have one thing, bro, or motherfuckers gonna get tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if Hershey's just kept selling like original Hershey's, you think motherfuckers would just be fucking with that? No. So what you think they did? They came out with different flavors, like the cookies and cream. They came out with the ones with the almonds. I'm telling y'all, bro, like M&M's, for example. If it was just the original M&M's, you think motherfuckers would just fuck with that? No. So guess what they did? They came out with different flavors, different kinds. They came out with the peanut kind, the caramel kind, the pretzel kind. You know what I mean? Like, they came out with a variety of selections. You ain't just gotta have the original M&M's. You can have this, that, la la la. Y'all get where I'm coming from, bro.
Freestyle fountain is fun. It lets you explore. It bewilders. It sparks curiosity. It might even provoke play. And that's exactly the point. Coca-Cola doesn't just want to sell you a beverage. It wants you to feel something. This technique is called experience marketing. Right here in front of this machine, you're not just choosing a flavor. You're interacting with the brand. You are literally experiencing it. Every tap, every bubble, every choice pulls you deeper into the Coca-Cola universe. And that matters, because moments like this make you remember Coke, not just as a drink, but as a feeling. And ideally, it wants you to go home and tell your friends about that.
What you mean by that, my guy? Like, hold up. I don't know what he talking about. Like, that last part, I don't know what you talking about.
Insane machine that lets you mix your own Coke and offers that amazing weird new flavor they so gotta try. And Freestyle isn't the only example for Coke's experience marketing. Think about Share a Coke. Different campaign, same idea. And it's all part of Coca-Cola's bigger play, shifting from being just a product brand to an experience brand.
Because understand this, bro. Once again, that goes back to what I'm saying. You gotta keep the consumers buying your products. So what they do, they came out with, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers' names on the motherfucking Coca-Cola bottles and this and that and the third. For example, Chris, Jen, you know what I'm saying? Different names. I'm telling you, bro, like, it's all about keeping the consumers, bro. Keeping them buying your products. And if you ain't doing that, you doing something wrong, bro.
Anyways, you ultimately go for a Sprite. You didn't even know Sprite Cherry existed. Time to give it a shot. You press the pour button, then you take a sip. Not half bad.
I'm telling you, bro.
You're not the only one who was curious about Sprite Cherry. All over the world.
But I'm gonna end the video right here because this video long. If y'all want a part 2, y'all gotta get this to 1 like. If y'all can get this to 1 like, I'll drop a part 2. But I love y'all, and I'm out, man.